That doesn't look too
父
bad.
さん遅いな。今日帰るってギルドから連絡があったのに。
I'm gonna follow the 0G route in the beginning here and not talk over them. But slower. Slower than whatever the hell speed reader he
シ
was
ラネ
playing
は
with.
修行で王国一周旅行してるし。つまんない。ご飯の前にもう一度棒術の練習でもしよっかな。
Go ahead, Anki. Capital tits? I like it.
おい、今帰ったぞ。
お父さん
Dumpling shirt. You win some, you dim some.
ただいまエステル。待たせちまったようだな。いい子で留守番していたか？
You do not get chlamydia by keeping a clean kitchen space.
This is gonna be a clean playthrough. What's going on, Fizzy? I'm glad you like the portraits. They were my favorite ones. Joshua had no good one.
当たり前よ。
But he just doesn't have any good ones, so neither does Agate.
父さんの方も何もなかった？
I couldn't get any hits to face left.
魔獣と戦って怪我してない？
おう、ピンピンしてるぞ。それよりエステル、実はお前にお土産があるんだ。
本当？釣り竿、スニーカー、それとも棒術の道具とか？
育て方間違っちまったかな。
This is the disappointed dad.
お前ね、女の子だったら服とかアクセサリーじゃないか？
Sexist dad. Dare you even
綺
assume
麗
she...
な服は好きだけど、すぐに汚しちゃうんだもん。アクセサリーも遊んでて壊したら嫌だし。それより父さん、その大きな毛布どうしたの？ひょっとしてそれがお土産？
お、鋭いな。よっと。
A very short sentence.
ま、こういうわけだ。割とハンサムな坊主だろ？
なんなのこの子！
大きな声を出すなって。起こしちまうじゃないか。
Happy birthday.
起きちゃうって、この子生きてるの？
Going on, gamer.
なんかぐったりしてるけど。
手当ては済ませたから、もう命の危険はないはずだ。だがとりあえず休ませる必要はありそうだな。ベッドに運ぶからエステルはお湯を沸かしてくれ。
ラジャー。よく寝てる。この子、私と同じくらいの年だよね。
Maybe I should read this all.
こんな真っ黒の髪、私初めて見るかも。
確かに見事な黒髪だな。ちなみに瞳はアンバーだぞ。
それはともかく、そろそろ話してもらおうか。
行く。
この子、誰なの？なんで怪我してるの？
Great sentences there. Oh, I found your mental health. You're trying to buy my bathwater, Fizzy?
どうして父さんが家まで連れてきたの？
Smell different when you're asleep.
ひょっとして隠し子？お母さんを裏切ってたの？
Illegitimate? Close. This is the PC version, but it's a mixed with the Vita that had all the voice acting. The PC one did not.
どこでそういう言葉を仕入れてくるんだか。
So a lot of the portraits are changed up, and of course, well, the voices.
シェラザードに決まってるか。
Some people are crazy at modding these things.
まったくあの耳年豆。この子は父さんも仕事関係で知り合ったばかりなんだ。まだ名前も知らなかったりする。
仕事って遊撃士の？
まあな。おっと。 目を覚ますぞ。
本当に琥珀色。
Did you start Cold Steel 4? I beat it.
ここは
It was shorter than Cold Steel 3 for me. How about you? Are you done with it yet?
坊主、目を覚ましたか。ここは俺の家だ。とりあえず安心していいぞ。
Yeah, it was 57 hours, I think.
どういうつもりです？
I won't spoil anything, don't worry. That was like when I was talking to my mom about writing the reviews and all of them. I'm like, they're not really reviews, they're more notes and everything. I'm trying not to spoil the games, but it's tough when it's like, you know, they're all setup games to be knocked down. It's, you know, if you mention a character is back or not back or something.
正気とは思えない。どうして放っておいてくれなかったんだ。
どうしてって言われてもな。
Alright, I'm bored. I'm gonna read these. Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to
い
answer.
わゆる成り行きってやつ？
Does things just worked out that way work for you? I can't just sit here,
ふ
sorry.
ざけないで。
Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright.
カシウス・ブライト、あなたは自分が何をしてるのか。
Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey!
怪我人のくせに大声出したりしないの。
You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt.
怪我に響くでしょ。
I lasted a total of 6 minutes without reading. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal.
誰？
And just who are you supposed to be?
エステルよ。
I'm
エ
Estel.
ステル・ブライト。
Estel
俺
Bright.
の娘だよ。
She's my daughter.
お前さんと同じくらいの娘がいるって話しただろ？
Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age?
そういえば。
Now that you mention it.
そんな話をしてるんじゃ。
Wait a minute, don't try and change the subject. I got you. Eldest Ghost.
大きな声を出さない。
Quit yelling.
わかったよ。
Alright
で
already.
も君の行動の方が余計に怪我に響くんじゃ。
But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster
な
either.
んか言った。
I don't hear you yelling again, do I?
だから怪我を悪化させる。
Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse.
なんか言った。
Do I hear you yelling?
なんでもないです。
Never mind, just forget it.
この家の中ではエステルに逆らわん方がいい。
As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estel while you're in this
本気
house.
で怒らせたら俺もかなわんくらいだからな。
Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough.
そうみたいですね。
Yeah, I can see that.
ところであんた、なんか忘れてることない？
By the way, aren't you forgetting something?
名前よ、名前。私もさっき言ったでしょ？
Your name. You know that thing that people call you?
こっちだけが知らないのって悔しいし、不公平じゃない。
I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? I forgot to add no spoilers. Don't spoil shit.
まあ
Trans-
道理だな。
If you happen to be
今
around,
さら隠しても仕方あるまい。
feel free to ban anybody. It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me.
不便だし聞かせてもらおうか。
Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment.
わかりました。
Fine.
僕は
My name is... Yeah, you as well, Ghost. You haven't played the series yet. While Trans has. Yeah, anyone wants to ban anyway, I don't care. Go right for it. I'll talk to myself if it comes down to it.
眩しい。
It's so bright in here.
よく寝た。
I slept like a rock.
え、 当番は父さんだったっけ？
That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook
それ
this
じゃあ
morning.
ヨシアはまだ寝てるのかな？
I wonder if that means Joshua is still in bed. I don't think I can call him Joshua. It's odd.
起きてるみたいね。
I guess that's a no. Although I have never heard any of the games in English either, so...
よーし、私も早く支度しよっと。
Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. I guess it'll be a Titus Titus thing. I say Titus. Yeah, get out. Hey, shut up. Nice, Joshua.
やるじゃない、ヨシア。
Bravo.
おはようエステル。
Good morning,
ご
Estelle.
めん、もしかして起こしちゃった？
I hope I didn't wake you.
ちょうど起きたところよ。
Nah. I was already up when I heard you start to play.
でもヨシアってば朝っぱらからキザなんだから。
I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their
い
eyes.
やー、お姉さん思わず聞き惚れちゃったわ。
Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber.
何がお姉さんだか。僕と同い年のくせにさ。
What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man.
ち甘いわね。
I had to drop in and... I was watching someone... They had someone drop in and spend time trying to correct or pronounce... Ugh. How wrong you are,
同
Joshua.
い年でもこの家では私の方が先輩なんだから。
You may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. I had that initially. That's actually why we have Joey Arthritis as one of the bosses, is because someone bothered me in Suikoden for a pronunciation. I was like, fuck it, everyone gets a weird name now.
言うなれば姉弟子ってやつ？
And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree?
はいはい、よかったね。
Yeah, how fortunate for you.
あー、なんか投げやり。
You could at least try and sound a tiny bit
でも
sincere.
ほんといい曲よね。明るいんだけどどこか切なくて。
It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful.
他の曲も好きだけどやっぱりその曲が一番好きかな。
Like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my
あ
favorite.
れ、なんて名前だったっけ？
What's it called again?
星のありかだよ。
The Whereabouts of Light.
そうそう、星のありか。ああ、
I'm gonna skip
私も
parroting
ハーモニ
things.
カうまく吹けたらいいんだけどな。
I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua.
簡単そうに見えてこれが結構難しいのよね。
So it's a lot harder than it looks.
君がやってる棒術と比べたらはるかに簡単だと思うけど。
I'm pretty bad at pronunciations to begin with. And I'll flip through a bunch of them even on the same words. I forgot who it was. It was Unicorn, I think, talking about the one Trials game. Trials. Wait, what am I thinking? Not Trials. Oh, it's one of the Saga games. I can't remember. One of the Mana games, I mean, sorry. Where they were pronouncing it Mana instead of Mana. He's like, I like Mana. I'm like, I see them both. It's like, eh. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. Oh, boss time. Oh, that kills my music, though. That's okay.
要は集中力の問題だと思うよ。
It's really just a matter of
う
concentration.
ーん、全身を使わない作業ってなんだか眠くなってくるのよね。
You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy.
ヨシアもハーモニカもいいけどもっとアクティブに行動しなくちゃ。
Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all. I'll get some
ヨ
exercise
シア
too.
の趣味ってあとは読書と武器の手入れくらいでしょ？
All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music.
今時インドアばっかりじゃ女の子のハートはつかめないわよ。
No girl's gonna be impressed with just
悪
that.
かったね。受けが悪くて。
Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies.
そういう君こそ趣味に偏りがあると思うけど。
Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your
釣りと
hobbies.
か虫取りとかスポーツシューズ集めとか。
I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes?
いいじゃん、好きなんだもん。
Eh. That's enough talk about hobbies for now.
ていうか虫取りなんかとっくの昔に卒業したってば。
For your information, I graduated from bug collection a long time ago.
本当かな。
Who'd we fight? Oh, not a free-for-all. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway.
おーいエステルヨシュア。
父さんおはよう。
Morning,
おはよう
Dad.
父さん。朝食の用意もうできたんだ。
Morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready?
ああバッチリだぞ。
It's ready and waiting.
二人とも冷めないうちにとっとと降りてこい。
Why don't you both why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Maybe I shouldn't read. Okay.
すぐに行くよ。
I'm on my way. Beetleborgs. I'm trying to think
ご
of
ちそうさま。
what was the beetle robots? Were they called Metabots? Am I thinking the wrong? They had a lot of bug ones in that, I think. Thanks for the grub, Dad. I think Metabots was one my little brother really liked. I remember I crushed it because it was like one of the KB toys was going out of business, and all the little toys were like $2 a piece.
お腹いっぱいになっちゃった。
Oh, am I stuffed? He had so many Metabot figures.
朝からよく食べるな。
Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle?
いいじゃん。食う子と寝る子はよく育つよ。
Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot.
まあしっかり食ってせいぜい気合を入れるんだな。
Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work
お前
too.
たち今日はギルドで研修の仕上げがあるんだろう。
That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you?
今までのおさらいだけどね。
That's
それ
right.
が終
It'll
わ
be
れ
a
ば
review of
私たちも
shiitake
父さ
mushrooms,
ん
I
と同
think.
じ
But
ブレイサよ。
I don't know if up shows the previous dialogue. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. I'm afraid to hit it. Nope, okay, it doesn't work in this
も
one.
う子供扱いさせないんだから。
That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either.
ふん
You just have to finish up
まだ
chores
ま
at
だ青
the
い
guild.
な。
It's fine. You still lack understanding, Estelle.
最初になれるのは準遊撃士、つまり見習いに過ぎ。
You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a
一人
trainee.
前になりたかったら早く声遊撃士になることだな。
If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. For time, alrighty, have fun at work, Im.
むむ上等じゃない。
Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work.
見てなさいよ。いっぱい功績を上げまくって父さんを追い越してやるんだから。
Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too.
やれるもんならやってみろ。
That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Cavaliers are getting destroyed by the mercs. Yeah, how are the Cavaliers losing in speed as
何
well?
張り合ってるんだか。
Let's not start a rivalry here, you two.
油断は禁物だよ。
Estelle, keep your focus on
今
the
日は
task
最
at
後に
hand.
試験だってあるんだからね。
We have a test later on today, remember?
試験って何？
Wait, what test?
まさか覚えてないとか言わないよね。
Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. I think they actually have an English, like, fan voiceover for this as well.
研修が身についているかどうか確認するためのテストだよ。
They just recently got up to chapter 1 finished, I believe. I didn't try it out, so. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and
合
training.
格できなかったら補習だってシェラさんが言ってたじゃないか。
Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? I really want to call her Charizard, by the way.
やっぱ
It's like
完
Charizard,
璧
I
に
think?
忘れてたわ。
The full name, I'm like, you have to be called Charizard. Crap, totally forgot.
そういえば知らねえがそんなこと言ってたような気も。
Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that.
まあでもなんとかなるって。
Reminds me of Assassins and Tactics Advance. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. It's like they had the highest stats in every stat, minus like health, and it wasn't even that bad.
君って子は
And 100% KO
のん
moves.
きというか そそっかしいというか。
And all the status effects from range if you want to use a bow, which were just as strong as regular attacks. Honestly, don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve.
全くもって嘆かわしい。
Oh, Papa is sad.
この楽天的な性格は一体誰に似たもんだろうな。
How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality?
失礼ね。父さんほどじゃないってば。
You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you.
まったく似た者親子だな。
I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. Yeah, it was like good to raise your characters as assassins to change to other classes. They were so good.
まあいいや。エステル、そろそろ町に行こ
We should probably head over to the guild soon,
う。
Estelle.
ギルドでシェラさんが待ってるよ。
Kira's gonna be waiting there for us.
わかった。シェラネを待たせると怖いもんね。
Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting? A stone journal? I don't even know what that is.
そうだ、父さん。
Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner
今夜の
tonight.
食事当番、私だけど何か食べたいものでもある？
Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad?
リクエスト受け付けとくよ。
Any requests?
食べたいものか。
Something I'd like to eat, huh?
ルーアン風魚の蒸し焼き、バルサミコ酢風味なんてどうだ？
How about Ruan-styled scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce?
何それ？
What's that?
それはエステルにはちょっと無理だと思うけど。
It's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs.
行ってみただけだ。
You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could
い
get.
つもと同じ魚のフライかオムレツでいいさ。
I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet.
無理をしないで食えるものだけ作ってくれ。
No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible.
失礼な親父ね。反論できないのが悔しいけど。
How rude. But I can't exactly say he's wrong.
その代わり頼みがある。
Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head
雑貨屋
out.
でリベール通信というニュース紙を買ってきてくれ。
I'd like you to pick up a copy of the liberal news from the general goods store.
今日最新号が入荷するはずだ。
We're supposed to be getting the latest edition in
わかっ
today.
た。雑貨屋でリベール通信ね。
Got it. One copy of the liberal news coming from the general stores.
残ったら
500
小遣いにしていいぞ。
If there's any money left over, you can have it as your
ただ
allowance.
し無駄遣いはするなよ。
However, that means no wasteful spending. This game utilizes gold, mira, you know, money, and also, I think it's called septum. Or sepith? Is that what it's septith? Crystals of each elemental type. Alright, thanks, Dad.
それじゃあ父さん行ってくるよ。
I think it's sepith. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad.
おう、しっかりやれよ。シェラザードによろしくな。
Like, how do you know I say Charizard? Work hard and give Charizard my regards. I want to say Charizard. Alright. I was playing a little bit before just to make sure everything ran, you know? I'm also gonna 100% abuse the turbo function in this game. But we are running fast and furious. This game is slow. Very slow. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just... This is the quality of life thing I would have loved in Final Fantasy IX battles.
ちょうどいい時間だね。
Looks like we made good time.
早すぎもせず、
Yeah, because I have
遅すぎ
turbo.
もしないってとこかな。
Not too early or too late either. Although, for whatever reason, the turbo kind of interacts wonky in the first couple games.
教会の日曜学校を卒業したばっかりなのに。
We just barely graduated from Sunday school and actually can crash them.
無礼さんになるためにこんなに勉強させられるなんて夢にも思わなかったよ。
I don't remember if it affects the hits. It was something silly, like it also affects your hits on some attacks, and you won't get enough of the crystals. I never dreamed you'd have to study so hard to become bracers.
それも今日が最後じゃないか。
Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day
好
of
きで
training.
死亡したんだから、このくらいは苦労して当然だよ。
Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
それもそっか。
Oh yeah, I guess I did.
よし。
Alright then.
最後くらい気合を入れて、シェラ姉のしごきに耐えるぞ。
Let's get to it and make it through the last hazing from
気合
Sharon.
入ったみたいだね。それじゃあ
You look ready for
す
me.
ぐそこにあるブレーサーギルドに入ろうか。
So why don't we share at the Bracer Guild over there then? Bracer Guilds are always red. It's my little store. I don't remember what order you have to do them. Good morning, Mr. Renan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Strikers? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course. I knew that. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Strikers aren't out yet. If you're ever the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll be stopping by, we'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. I have no clue if you're supposed to chat with them before that, but it seems always good to talk to a lot of people. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see, it's about that time I water my lovely flowers. Aw. I don't think there's anything... Can I buy anything yet? I don't think so. Top of the morning to you, kids. Morning, Mr. Elgar. Morning, sir. We are rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run the store. Yeah, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit of a scattered brain, ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took on the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. And should you be getting over to the guild? Alright, I'm going. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Aina.
おはようございます。
シェラ姉、もう来てる？
Is Sherry here already?
2階で待ってるわ。
Yeah, she's waiting for you
今日の
upstairs.
研修が終われば晴れてブレイサーの仲間入りね。
Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild.
頑張って。
Good luck to the both of you.
ありがとう。
頑張ります。
We'll do our best. This is a game I'd like to see if someone has been speed running it.
と吊るし人、
The Star and the Hanged
忍
Man,
者と魔術師、
the Hermit and the
そして
Magician,
逆位置の運命の輪。
and last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune.
これは難しいわね。どう読み解いたらいいのか。
This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this?
おはよ
Good morning.
あら、エステルよしは。
Well, this is Estelle and
珍しいわ
Joshua.
ね、こんな早くに来るなんて。
This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early.
う。最後の研修くらいはね、
Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not?
とっとと終わらせてブレイサーになってやるんだから。
Ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself.
いつも意気込みはいいんだけど、
I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm.
ま、その心意気に応えて今日のまとめは厳しくいくからね。
I'm going to work you hard today, in every way I can think of, to make sure that high-spirited attitude holds
覚
up.
悟しときなさい。
I hope you're ready.
そんな。
I can feel the enthusiasm dropping
お
already.
だまり。
Quiet, you.
毎回教えたことを次々と忘れてくれちゃって。
Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to
そ
forget
の
it.
ザルみたいな脳みそからこぼれ落ちないようにするためよ。
This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in the head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does.
よしはシェラ姉がいじめるよ。
Shara's picking on me.
大丈夫ですよ、シェラさん。
Don't worry,
エステルっ
Shara.
て勉強が嫌いで予習復習もめったにやらないけど、
Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework.
ついでにむやみと人よしで余計なおせっかいが大好きだけど
Axe ray, actually. I got you. Boss. I don't know why it doesn't sound like the boss thing's working for you. Axe Ration is overly naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into
勘の
everything.
良さはピカイチだから
Her
オー
instincts
ブ
are
メントは
sharp,
実践で覚えます
so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice eventually. Probably. Maybe.
こうなったらそれに期待するしかないわね
I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best.
ちょっとよしや
Hold on a second,
なん
Joshua.
か全然フォローしてるように聞こえないんですけど
Well, I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me.
心外だな君の美点を正直に言ったのに
Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all of your best traits accurately.
まったくもう
Whatever.
ところで知らねえタロットで何を占ってたの
By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot
なんだ
cards?
か難しい顔してたけど
Your face was really intent.
これね
Oh, this?
近い将来身の回りで起こることを漠然と占ってみたんだけど
I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in
ち
the
ょ
near
っと調
future.
子が悪いみたい読み解くことができなかったわ
Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards
読
correctly.
み解くことができない
You couldn't read the cards?
へえそんなことってあるんですか
Now that's surprising to hear.
あまりに意味深な形になると逆に解釈に困ることがあるのよね
Eerie Corpse? What's going on, Raiders? What's going on, good one? Counter OEG. Just started up Trails in the Sky. Super chill game. Where are you streaming? In Vanity. Thank you for the follow. What are you reading? Oh, it's covering up my thing. Tally ho and tea. Gonna head to bed. Oh, I'm like, alright, I can't guess that one. We're playing A Way Out. I don't even know what that game is. Huh. Thank you for the raid. And get some rest. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret.
まあそれはいいわ最後の研修を始めるわよ
But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training.
今まで習ったことを一通りおさらいするわよ
I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we covered in your previous training.
ブレーサーとして活動するのに必要な最低限の常識だからね
This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function
特
effectively.
にエステルちゃんと聞いておきなさい
And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say.
ウィース
何について知りたいの
I have to know about everything? But I already know.
動力と呼ばれるエネルギーで動く機械仕掛けのユニットがオーブ
These are
メント
magic
よ
material watches. Armaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy.
セプチウムを加工したクォーツが中に組み込まれていてその気候に応じて様々な現象を引き起こすことができるわ
A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and type of quartz or processed septum installed. Oh, see, I was kind of close.
最初に発明されてから50年くらいしか経ってい
Just
ない
making
け
up
ど
words. Although it's only been about 50 years since their
今で
invention.
は照明暖房などの日用品から兵器魔法飛行船まであらゆるものにオーブメントの力が利用されているのよね
These devices play an integral role in all the facets of life from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships.
ちなみにこの技術革新は一般的に動力革命と呼ばれているわ
In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the orbital revolution.
何について知りたいの
That's, oh, I mean, we might as well do them all, right? It's not fair if I know about it.
ブレーサーというのは地域の
That's my
平
little
和と
symbol.
民間人の保護のために働く調査と戦闘のスペシャリストよ
Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions.
魔獣退治や犯罪の防止だけでなく荷物の護衛から落とし物の捜索まで様々な形で地域に貢献する仕事ね
They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods.
各地の遊撃士たちを束ねているのが大陸全土に支部を持つブレイサーギルドよ
The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region.
何について知りたいの
Alright, liberal kingdom.
私たちの住むこのリベールはゼムリア大陸の西部に位置する豊かな自然と伝統に育まれた王国よ。
Never had to say half these words out loud. The kingdom of Liberal in which we live sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted tradition.
大陸でも有数のセプチウムの産地で、それを利用したオーブメントの開発でも高度な技術を誇っているわ。
Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop
リ
orbments.
ベールにとってオーブメント技術は周辺の大国と渡り合いながら独立を守っていくための重要な柱ね。
Orbmet technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations.
10年前、エレボニア帝国に侵略された時も最後に王国を救ったのはオーバルエンジンで空をかける飛行船を利用した作戦だったわ。
10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat.
まあ帝国とは今も微妙な関係だけど、アリシア女王陛下の優れた政治手腕もあって、今のリベールはおおむね平和と言えるわね。
I want to talk during them. I believe that is the thick Pokemon, or thick fat Pokemon. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace.
何について知りたいの？
What do you know about? Nothing. That's it.
さてと、復習はこのくらいで勘弁してあげるか。
Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed
今日はや
review.
ることが山ほどあるんだから、とっとと実地研修に進むわよ。
I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your
ね
training.
え知らね
Shara?
え、実地研修って今までの研修と何が違うの？
How is today's practical training any different from the training we've been
実
doing?
地っていうのは現場を体験してもらうってことよ。
Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things
これか
firsthand.
ら2人には遊撃士の仕事に必要なことを一通りやってもらうわ。
Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real
そ
bracer
れっ
job.
てつまり
So what you're saying is,
机でお勉強じゃないってこと？
there won't be any studying at a desk involved?
もちろん違うわよ。
Yes, that's
あ
exactly
ち
what
こ
I'm
ちに出
saying.
かけていって実際に体を動かしてもらうわ。
This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to
た
accomplish your
っぷり
tasks.
汗かいてもらうつもりだから楽しみにしてなさい。
I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready.
助かったわ
Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor
ー。
ordered.
体を動かせるんなら今までの研修よりずーっと楽よ。
I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at the desk.
もう心配して損しちゃった。
I guess I got all worried for nothing.
なんだか急に元気になったね。
Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful,
その
Estelle.
笑顔が最後まで続くといいんだけど。
Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's
さて
training.
と、最初の実地研修に行きましょうか。
Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we?
最初の研修は仕事内容の確認よ。
Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing.
その前に
As I said, this game
ま
is
ず
a
2人に
very,
渡すものがあるわ。
very slow starting game. But before that, there's something that we need to give both of
アイ
you.
ナ、もう用意できてる？
Aina, are they ready? It's actually pretty much a 40-hour prologue game.
いいわよ。
Yes, they are.
じゃ、2人とももらってきなさい。
Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves.
大切なものだから
These are
なくさないようにね。
These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
それはブレーサー手帳といって仕事の記録を残すための公式な手帳よ。
The bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Actually, kind of remind me of like the Monster Hunter
ど
notebooks.
んな話を聞いたのか、どこで何を見つけたのか、
Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where.
些細な出来事が手がかりになることも多いわ。
These kinds of trivial things can often become
細かいこ
clues.
とでも必ず記録を残すようにね。
No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
わかりました。
ちょっと面倒かも。
Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain.
あら、気のせいかしら。返事が一つしか聞こえなかったけど。
Please tell me if my ears are playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were
記
two.
録を残すことはブレーサーの大事な義務よ。
Keeping an accurate account on events is an important duty for all
面倒く
bracers.
さがらずしっかりやりなさい。
So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle.
はーい、わかりました。
Alright, I get it.
わかればよろしい。
Make sure you do.
実際にやって
Alright
もらうわ
then,
よ。
let's begin.
出口の方を見て。掲示板があるでしょ。
Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there.
掲示板のところまで行って仕事の内容を確認してきなさい。
First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. Hey, we know. Alright, let's go. Actually, let me save in case my thing crashes. And it's so weird that cancel and menu are the same button. You can just spam it. This is super useful for a lot of things, though. You actually find out what each magic you need to use. Basically, it just has everything. But this is what I based my design on. See, I even have the little bracer board colors. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the content of a chest. See Charizard for details. Alright, we're good.
いいわね。ちゃ
Very
んと
good.
確認できたみたいじゃない。
Looks like you were able to see what was posted without
掲
any
示板
trouble.
のチェックはブレーサーにとって基本中の基本。
Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their
緊
job.
急の仕事がないかどうか常に確認しとくのも大事な義務よ。
Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers.
義務ばっかりで聞いてるだけでも息苦しいわね。
Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. So yeah, every chapter, multiple times during the chapter, you go and grab little quests. These are all quests that need to be done. Well, they don't all need to be done, but they will be limited, and they'll tell you right in the name, like they'll say short, medium, long. Usually, I think this is the game that does that still. So some of the longer ones you actually put off until later, like you won't even be able to get some of the item requests until you get to certain areas.
確かに規則は多いけど、それだけの責任がある仕事だからね。
But yeah, I would just check all the time. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there is an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves.
いい加減な気持ちでいたら、とても務まらないと思うよ。
I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude.
うん、そうだよね。
I guess you're right.
もっと気合い入れていかなきゃ。
I must have to be more motivated.
ちょっとは気持ちが切り替わったかしら。
Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you?
もうバッチリ。
じゃあその気合が抜けないうちにさっさと次の研修に行くわよ。
Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your
今
next
度は
task.
どんな内容ですか？
What will we be doing this time? But this is what I mean, like when I was writing about the game. It's like an hour long to get the first quest. Where most other games are normally like, yeah, just go kill some rats, and that's the end of it.
お向かいにあるメルダースさんの工房に行って工房の利用法について勉強するわ。
But we're slowly building characters, it's fine. We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Oracle factory and learning about how to use its
わ
services.
ざわざ営業中に時間を取ってもらってるんだから失礼のないようにね。
He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Oh, they just warned me
こ
there.
こでは工房の利用法を勉強するわ。
Here's where you'll learn how to use an Oracle factory
工
services.
房ではオーバルアーツを使うための専用のオーブメントを改造したり支援用のクォーツを合成したりできるの。
At an Oracle factory, you can modify your ornaments and synthesize support quartz in order to use
ア
Oracle
ーツに
arts.
は多彩な効果があるから使いこなせるようになればいろいろと便利よ。
Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. I'm trying to think if this was the one where arts are not particularly good. It might have been the first couple games where arts are a little weird, so they didn't scale great.
ブレーサー家業っていうのは危険と隣り合わせ
I
の
could be
職
wrong
業
on
だ
that
から工房とも長いお付き合いになるわ。
Going on, Balmung. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Oracle factories.
私が説明できることはこれくらいね。
Anyways, this is about as much as I can explain.
技術的な説明は専門家にお任せするわ。
Oh, thank you for letting me know. I'll leave the technical details to the
と
expert.
いうわけでメルダースさん、あとはよろしく。
So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here.
おう、任したけ。
Well, thank you, Obama. Months? 35 months? It's almost 3 years. What's wrong with you? Buying your way to dubs. No problem. Leave everything to me. Thank you very much.
何を知りてんだ？
What is it that you would like to know about? Nothing. So it is Sepith, see?
セピスってのは魔獣が落とすセプチウムのかけらの
Sepith
こと
are
だ。
fragments of septim, which are dropped by monsters. Yeah, it wasn't that far off.
色と属性に応じて地、水、地、く、街ん中なら大抵のとこでセピスは通貨のミラに換金できるんだが、
Yeah, it comes in a bunch of different elements and can be exchanged for money.
工房ではこれを使って支援効果のあるクォーツを合成したり、それをセットするスロットを開封したり
Usually you
できる
keep it to
ぜ。
make the quartz. At the Orbital Factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open ornament slots in which to install the synthesized quartz.
で、何を知りてんだ？
So, what is it that you would like to know about? Nothing. Or do we have to? No one really cares about this. So, ornaments are your watch, and you fill them up in the lines, it's easy. Orbital arts come from what the friggin' court values you have put in there. Quartz are the materia, and Sepith is what makes the materia. Easy, there you
ない
go.
みたいね。
Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions.
なら次は実際に工房を利用してもらうわよ。
If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the
そのため
services
に
here.
はまずセピスが必要ね。
For that, you're going to need some Sepith.
それだけあればいくつかのクォーツを合成できるわ。
With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz.
まず自分のオーブメントに合う属性のクォーツを作ってみなさい。
I've only played 9 of these games, but pretty much speed is king. Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular ornaments. In all of them, it's king.
エステルはどんな属性でも OK だけど、ヨシュアは時属性でないとダメよ。
So like Joshua being stuck with a couple time slots doesn't matter because you want time. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. And the last one, I have no idea, like, I thought it would be fine and normal, because there's a lot of ways you can accelerate your characters, which is, same as quick, like they instantly get their turn. But for whatever reason, the main dude in the 4th Cold Steel, I got him up to, like, it was damn near 300 speed, when the next closest one was, like, another speed demon at, like, just 200. Like, eh.
本当なら商店ではセピスの換金もできるんだけど、
So he would
研修の都合上、今は利用できないからね。
would often triple turn other people. It was just nuts. Normally at a shop, you'd be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use the service. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Just screw you over. And you spend your Sepith on not making quartz. What do we got? Let's make one action. Yes. I think this will get her heal, right? Am I allowed to open up one of everything? Or not open these, sorry. Already opened. Alright, I think I only have one spot. We'll just keep heal. It's so weird that it's circle. Yeah, they give you heal with just here. And then Soul Blur is... I don't know if anything resists time magic in this game. Or very few things do, so
あら、
it's a good one
も
to
うクォ
have.
ーツをセットしたの？
Oh, so you finished installing your quartz, have
ちゃん
you?
と回復と攻撃のアーツを用意できてるし、もう説明は必要ないみたいね。
Since you have both recovery and attack arts set up, it appears that you don't need any more instruction from me about how to do this task. Oh, apparently that was the
そう
trick.
やって2人でバランスよくアーツを使い分けると戦いやすいわよ。
If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Yeah, and first couple games you had to build the quartz values. So like I added the HP up, which gave me water. And then as you saw from the book, you had to have a bunch of different, like once you get to 3 water, it opens up another spell, 5 waters, another spell. Oh, we're back to 1-0. You would have been, I think that would have been 7 for you.
ちなみにどのクォーツをセットするとどんなアーツが使えるようになるかはブレーサー手帳に載っているわ。
I didn't actually get to play Yorozino, or I didn't get to watch any Yorozino saga. Or Xenoblade, dear god, I'm not trying to promote Xeno saga ever. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts.
より強力なアーツが使いたいんだったら手帳のアーツ表やクォーツ表を見て自分なりに工夫してみるといいわ。
If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz section in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you.
そろそろ工房での研修も終わりに近づいてきたわね。
Alright, our training here is almost finished.
最後にやってもらうのは新しいスロットの開封よ。
Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your
スロ
orbments.
ットの数が増えればそれだけ選択の幅も広がるわ。
The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have.
アーツで消費する EP 値の上限も開いているスロット数で決まるから早めに開封していった方が何かと有利よ。
Excuse me. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on.
じゃあこのセピスを使って実際にスロットを開封してみなさい。
Now, I want you to use this step method and open a slot on each of your orbments.
どっちのスロットを開封するのかはあなたたち2人で決めるといいわ。
Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Power outage fried your HDMI cord. Aw, that's no good. Thank God those are cheap as hell. Alright, what are we doing here? I got 30, 30, 30, 50. You always want to get the connected ones if you can, which hers are all connected? Yeah, it's fine. She's weird. Stell's odd. Well, I'm not able to open up one on both people, but I did open up one. Is that good
エ
enough?
ステルのスロットを開封したのね。
You managed to open up one of your orbment
エ
slots,
ステルは
Estelle.
中央スロットの属性がフリーだから何かと使い勝手がいいわよ。
Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like.
これで一通り工房での研修は終わりよ。
This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. I would like to make a fire thing still.
次はいよいよお待ちかねの認定試験ね。
Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon?
試験って何それ？
Did you just say test?
まさか本気で忘れたの？
You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Yeah, and each of the characters has different... I don't know if it's the same in this one, but in the later ones, each character has different setup orbments. So, a couple of the characters... It's a lot of 6s. Like Estelle's is nicely one completely free orbment, but, you know, it was like Agate might have 3 different lines. So unfortunately you can't do too much with making big spells. Which honestly doesn't really matter. Tito might have 4 actually. Which isn't really good. In a sense that, what's it called? You can't build big elements, but you can put a bunch of the little ones together. And like later on you can put a bunch of the status elements in there, and you can only put a like a status element per line. So casters usually have much cleaner or less lines as opposed to the melee people that have more, which is good. You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? I
今
don't
朝も
remember in
話
this
したば
one.
っかりじゃない。
Can I just remind you, or didn't I remind you just this morning? I'm trying to think whether or not this one even had... You could stack elements. I don't know if you could.
そういえば聞いたような聞いてないような。
Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table.
ほんと期待を裏切らない子ね。
Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Yeah, because like in the later Cold Steels, you'll throw in like, I love having the status element people, even if it doesn't always work out. For the majority of the game, it's pretty fun. And some bosses actually do take status elements.
まあいいわ。 とにかく試験場に行くわよ。
Oh well, no sense in worrying over that now. Let's head over into the testing area.
もう
You mean like now?
ちょっと待って、まだ心の準備が。
I don't know if I'm ready for her.
ほらキリキリ歩きなさい。
How about a little less yapping and a little more walking?
よしゃ、お助け。
メルダースさん、フライデーさん、いろいろとありがとうございました。
Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help.
おい、試験頑張れよ。
Don't mention it. Good luck with that test of
し
yours.
っかりね。
We'll be rooting for you.
こら、よっしゃ、覚えてなさいよ。
I'm gonna remember that when you left me high and dry like this, Joshua.
ようやく研修も大詰めね。
All your training has finally come down to this.
これから2人に認定試験を受けてもらうわ。
Your qualification test will begin here. And we will see